Hello and welcome to this week's Modern Toy Fair News. We are going to be doing things a little bit differently this week because of San Diego Comic-Con. As we record, it is Thursday night, so there are still 3 days left in the con, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so that we won't have all of the announcements, but we will have a large portion because they started coming through on Monday. So we're going to break this up into 4 separate episodes. We're going to have a NECA episode, a Mattel episode, a Hasbro episode, and then an everything else episode. So you kind of get your pick of the poison, or you can watch all 4, but I figured it'd be easier than giving you guys a 3-hour episode to try to sort through, and then I have to put timestamps, which I really don't want to do. But let's start off with I'm Michael, and my co-host, as always, is at Jamar_Games. How are you this week, Jamar?
Hi. Just so people know, my name is actually Jamar and not Jamar_Games. Just for clarification.
Just for clarification. Would you not like me to call you by your tag anymore?
No, just in case anyone was confused. They're like, who is
I mean, your last name rhymes with games, so I don't think it really makes a difference. It's the underscore that might get confusing.
That is true. That's actually in my middle name, so.
Oh, underscore.
Yes.
You should legally make that your middle name. That'd pretty. You don't
That's
have to worry about
dedication.
copyrights then.
Oh God, I've derailed the show already.
You have, but that's okay because it's going to be a real rough one. Just with all the things we have to talk about and unwrap. But we're going to pass it off to future us, who are going to give you one of the 4 topics I told you. So sit back and enjoy. All right, so this is going to be the Mattel portion of the essentially 4-part San Diego Comic-Con episode series from our Toy Fair News. We're going to get right into it. So first off, we've got the Masters of the Universe Origins figures, which will be out on August 1st at Walmart. Pre-orders have already sold out on Walmart.com, so good luck hunting out in the wild. The set consists of He-Man, Skeletor, I'm assuming this is pronounced like Evelyn, Beastman, Teela, Sky Sled, and Battle Cat. Each figure will be $14.99, while Battle Cat is $24.99 and Sky Sled is $29.99. Now, I'm pretty sure almost every single episode of Modern Toy Fair at this point, even the other episodes of this 4-part series, has had He-Man in it in some way, shape, or form.
Right. I would like this point in your reviews, you somehow mention He-Man as well.
Yeah, I just saw some Battle Cat. Sorry, got a little bit of He-Man Tourette's there.
Bad for $14.99 though.
These are cool. They seem like a slightly better articulated version of the old figures, which is kind of nice. Makes it so you have the look of your old toys, but with the new spin of just how great figures can be nowadays.
Yeah.
Overall, and the price point's not bad. I mean, if you're a He-Man fan, this is probably a pretty good pickup for you if you can find them, because obviously pre-ordering is not an option at this point. But I will say, when I go to Walmart, I don't know about you, but I always see tons of He-Man stuff, so I can't imagine it's gonna be too terrible.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you just go through the aisles, you probably won't have a hard time finding those, to be honest.
Yeah, and I did finally tell Jason that we bury him every week, talk about how old he is, because he would remember He-Man.
No.
And literally his response, instead of being angry, he just instantly became reminiscent about He-Man. He's like, oh man, dude, yeah, I had all the figures. I had Castle Grayskull. I remember as a kid, I went to a yard sale, and I someone was selling Skeletor's Castle, and I bought that. He's he just went on, and I'm like, see, we were right. Validation, man. That's what it's all about. That's why we do YouTube, because we want you to validate us.
Right.
So next up, we get to go into essentially what's going to be the rest of this show's segment. We got a shitload of WWE figures. So I've got them kind of split up here just because the announcements were staggered through the week, and they're going to have more. This is Thursday for us, so Friday and Saturday they've already said they're going to reveal more stuff. So I have to assume that next week's going to just be an hour and a half long episode of WWE figures. But they do have their Masters of the WWE universe.
Of course.
line, which we've talked about also almost every episode, I feel like. Um, this one, they did not say if it's going to make it to stores. I have to assume it is because it's labeled as, I think, Series 5 or 6, whatever they're on. But you're getting Seth Rollins, Jake the Snake Roberts, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, and Mr. T. So these ones did go for pre-order on Walmart.com, and surprise, sold out instantly. Like I said, no dates, so if it might hit stores, it might not. Luckily, the Masters of the Universe like figures don't seem to like have a huge like increase of third party market value. Like I think the highest I've ever seen is the Macho Man one went for like $35, and these things are $15. So I mean,
not too bad.
doubling the price sucks, but considering how low the price is to begin with, it's not terrible.
Right. Get some.
I mean, hell, I had to pay double the price for the stupid Mr. Freeze Pop because GameStop's only got one of each, and the asshole in front of me in line bought the only one.
That's called bad luck right there.
That was just a spit in the face. But it's okay because someone on eBay had it for $30 with free shipping, so I was like, fuck it. I want it. Let's do it. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet, kids. But yeah, these figures look awesome. I love that they, like, you'll notice throughout these announcements, they are definitely going to be utilizing the Mr. T license as much as possible while they have it.
I see.
Like, it's no longer going to be just that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which is pretty cool, but you're going to get a bunch more figures, and even he's even in the Masters of the Universe line. Which that I feel like that alone, if you're an 80s kid, that's a no-brainer like to try to get.
Matchup right there.
Yeah, like you've got Mr. T, who's like the epitome of the 80s.
Yeah.
And He-Man, which is like the toy line of the 80s. So like that's just like
that's pretty cool.
Heavenly matrimony right there. So next they revealed the next 2 series of the WWE Elite line. We've got Elite Series 78, which consists of some of these had already been announced, but they actually had pictures and in-box pictures as well. So we've got the original Bro, Matt Riddle. We've got Kofi Kingston with the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We've got R-Truth with the 24/7 Championship, which is the first time that's been made. We've got Randy Orton. We've got Naomi, who also has a Chase variant, and both versions glow in the dark and have the special version of the Women's Championship that she made that glows in the dark because it lit up with like LED lights. These are supposed, if you pre-order them on Ringside Collectibles, which they all are up for pre-order, I believe these hit in, I want to say August. And then Elite Series 79 has Big E with the other SmackDown Championship. Xavier Woods, who comes with his very special up, down, down championship, which is from his YouTube channel that he uses when he like basically pits wrestlers against each other in video games. And this alone I'm excited about. You get a new Roman Reigns, a Daniel Bryan that comes with a short hair and a long-haired head, Io Shirai, and Bobby Fish, who has a Chase variant, which they did confirm after a lot of confusion. The normal Bobby Fish is the War Games version, and the Chase is just the plain black version, which is nice because I didn't want the plain black version. But yeah, I know you're not a big wrestling fan.
I know a couple of those names there.
Yeah, I feel like you know Xavier Woods because he's friends
Woods,
of Greg
funny.
Miller, and Randy Orton's at this point pretty popular.
And there was another one, Kofi Kingston. Isn't that his tag team?
Yeah, him and Big E and Xavier are all tag team partners. And these figures, they have matching attires.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Kofi comes with us. I think Kofi and Big E both come with a stack of pancakes because they throw them into the crowd. But yeah, I'm excited for. I'm going to get Xavier Woods just because the up, down, down championship. Like I always talk about, like that is, despite the fact it's not like a real championship in any wrestling at all, but it is the probably prettiest championship belt out there. And the fact that I can have it in toy form, I'm like, well, getting that one. So there's at least 2 figures in these 2
Gotcha,
lines that I pre-ordered.
Come in.
We're not going to waste a whole lot of time on that, so we'll move
Oh
on
boy. Get you a sip.
to what's that?
I said, get you a sip here. This
Oh
long
yeah,
list.
yeah, that's a good idea because this is going to be a long one because we've got about probably at least 50 figures that they announced today during the Elite Squad live stream. All right. So these figures are not yet for pre-order. Well, some of them are, some of them aren't. Most of them were just shown as renders. Some of them do have full figure, like prototypes or even inbox packaging. But we have Yim, Basic Series 113, Humberto Calorio, Basic Series 115, Tegan Knox, Basic Series 115, Dakota Kai, Basic Series 116, Tony Storm, Basic Series 117, Io Shirai, who was finally revealed with pictures from Elite Series 79, which she wasn't announced with the first set. There is a special Walmart exclusive WWE Elite Series 79 Undertaker with special packaging. There is a Elite Collection Series 80 Bailey, Elite Collection Series 80 Ricochet, Elite Collection Series 81 Bianca Belair, Elite Collection Series 81 Angelo Dawkins, a Elite Series 81 Montez Ford, a Elite Series 81 Stunning Steve Austin, Elite Series 81 Walmart exclusive Mae Young with the Mae Young Classic trophy. There's Elite Series 82 Alexa Bliss, Elite Series 82 Jerry the King Lawler, Elite Series 82 Walmart exclusive British Bulldog with his Bulldog, Elite Series 83 Baron Corbin or King Corbin, Elite Series 84 Angel Garza, Elite Series 84 Rhea Ripley, Elite Series 84 Kushida, Elite Series 87 Candice LeRae, WrestleMania Celebration Series Andre the Giant, and Randy Macho Man Savage. And they come with the fancy little, almost like a mini ring that would deliver them to the ring back at WrestleMania before they made them just walk their happy asses down there.
What?
Oh yeah, back at the old like first like couple WrestleManias, they had almost like these carts that looked like
Scary.
mini wrestling rings with like ropes and stuff, and it would just drive them down to the ring.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because they were like, we don't want you to get tuckered out before you get there.
Yeah, get tired walking to the ring. I've been there.
Oh man, I get tired. I'd get tired walking down the entrance ramp.
Right.
Where was I? Uh,
China.
the WrestleMania Elite Series China, WrestleMania Elite Series Goldberg, also known as Oldberg, WrestleMania Elite Series Edge, WrestleMania Elite Series Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania Elite Series Paul Ellering and Rocco, which is his little weird dummy puppet. Elite Ultimate Edition Wave 6 Charlotte Flair. They showed off more pictures of Elite Ultimate Edition Wave 6 Amazon exclusive, The Rock, which they said was up for pre-order, but it wasn't. They did announce the Ultimate Edition Wave 7, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, which comes with his creepy face title belt. They actually showed colored pictures of the Elite Ultimate Edition Wave 7 Hollywood Hulk Hogan. They showed off and announced a Elite Edition Wave 8 Edge and Elite Edition Wave or Ultimate Edition Wave 8 Macho Man. We then got a Elite Collection 2-pack of Mr. T and Rowdy Roddy Piper, which people, ironically, like people who were like discussing what they could possibly do with Mr. T's license, this was one thing that came up a lot. So like, I'm kind of shocked that they're doing this so quickly.
Yeah.
And then they did announce more Masters of the Universe figures. So we
Absolutely.
have the Series 5 Becky Lynch, Series 5 Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Series 5 Rowdy Roddy Piper, and Series 5 NWO Macho Man Randy Savage. We then got a Firefly Funhouse Elite Collection ringside exclusive Bray Wyatt, We've got the WWE Legends Series 9 with Nikolai Volkov, Million Dollar Man with his Chase variant, and let's see, we got Diamond Dallas Page, and then we move on to Series 10, which is Diamond Dallas Page with Bruce the Barber Beefcake and his Chase variant. These are all Target exclusives. And then we got to finally see the results and the prototype images for the WWE Fan Takeover Series 1, which was pretty disappointing. So Seth Rollins got his yellow and black attire. Adam Cole also got his yellow and black attire instead of his War Games attire, which I hate anybody who voted incorrectly on that one. Shayna Baszler got her black and silver attire, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat got his white WrestleMania attire. They also did show off some in-box packaging for what would be Series 8. I have it as Series 2 because it's the new line, even though it's just continuing the old one, of the Legends Target exclusives, which have Eddie Guerrero, Paul Orndorff, the Ultimate Warrior in his pretty much last promo before he died, and Jake the Snake Roberts with his Chase variant. That is all the wrestling figures we've got so far, which is a lot. To just quickly unpack this, because as we talked, you are not a huge wrestling fan, so
know some names.
you know some names, but not many. I'm just gonna kind of spout out some things I was excited for and some things I was disappointed in. So number one, I'm disappointed that the fan takeover line, Adam Cole's not the War Games Adam Cole, which we better get that in one of the more upcoming Elite series, or I'll be very upset, because you're giving us the War Games versions of all the other Undisputed Era, his tag team partners. The Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt is cool because I love that version of Bray Wyatt, but if you look at this figure, while he comes with the puppets, which is awesome, he literally just has a fat dude's body painted red. So he's like a belly button and boobs, and it's it doesn't look like a sweater. The idea of this character is he's basically like Mr. Rogers, and then he turns into the Fiend, which is an insane clown posse murder clown. So that was kind of disappointing but exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
Super excited for the Ultimate Warrior final speech figure. They said it went up for pre-order on Target, couldn't find it, and people said it didn't go up yet, so I'm gonna need to pre-order that because it's gonna be impossible to find, especially considering it was depicting the night before he died. He went out on Monday Night Raw, did a speech in this exact with this picture, with the suit and the trench coat and the little mask that he's holding, and then the next day he had a heart attack. Let me see what else we got in here that was really exciting. The new Undertaker figure looks pretty awesome. It's nice to see a decent head sculpt of that doesn't make him look like a crazy meth addict lady outside of 7-Eleven. Super excited for Toni Storm to get a figure. She's probably one of my favorite members of the women's roster. The Bayley figure actually comes with, when she went heel and became a bad guy, she used to have these inflatable tube men who would dance during her intro. And when she turned into a bad guy, she murdered the fuck out of them. And this figure comes with a deflated, slashed up inflatable tube guy.
I'm glad you explained that, because I'm what?
You're why does she have a blue condom just laying on the ground next to her?
That's funny.
I'm super excited for an updated version of Alexa Bliss. She's another one of the top women's wrestlers in my book, and she comes with the women's tag team titles, which are pretty cool looking. That's really it. One thing I've noticed is, as you can see, it's pretty patchy with the series 84, 87, 82, 83. You've got one or two from each one, and then 4. They're not complete sets announced, which I'm excited for, because that means that these other people who were rumored in these sets still could be announced. But I'm also mad that we didn't get them during the highly anticipated Elite Squad stream. There was no point to not have them in that. But for instance, Keith Lee's supposed to be in one of these sets, and he's probably one of the best things on NXT right now. Super charismatic, giant dude who can do crazy acrobatic shit. Like we're talking like borderline like luchador level like acrobat stuff, and he's probably
For a big dude?
easily over 300 pounds.
Jesus. I need to see
Um,
this.
yeah, if you look up Keith Lee, he between the fact that he's absolutely incredible in the ring and great like charismatic as hell, he also his finishing moves are named after like Dragon Ball Z references. Yeah, he's got what was it? He's got like the Big Bang Catastrophe is one of his finishing moves.
That's cool.
And his other one is literally a power bomb that he calls the Spirit Bomb.
That's dope.
So like he's just great, and I'm curious to see. What I really would like is when he won the NXT World Title recently, he was wearing a Black Lives Matter attire, where it's just like all black attire with in purple like lettering Black Lives Matter. I feel like that would be the perfect like
to do for
Keith
like
Lee figure to do.
Yeah.
However, it's so recent, I don't know if they do it.
Or be able to get it produced like that fast.
Well, here's the thing: like theoretically, they aren't going to have a prototype of him yet. It's just going to be digital renders. So it's not like his sculpt is going to change. It's not like these tights had it like embroidered. It was literally just almost looks like it was airbrushed on. So they can easily just change the paint deco of what they want to do. Another one that was kind of disappointed that wasn't like shown off is Kyle O'Reilly, who's also part of Undisputed Era with Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, is rumored to be in Series 80 in his War Games attire with the gray and black camouflage, and didn't mention him at all. So hopefully we'll get him tomorrow or Saturday.
Yeah.
But lucky for us, I think this could be a short one because while Mattel did have a huge list of things, not a whole lot overall. So that's pretty much the end of it. So we're gonna pass it on to the slightly more pre-recorded version of us to wrap up the show for you. So bye-bye. Thank you, slightly less pre-recorded us. So we're gonna wrap things up here, but first let's do our weekly purchases because we know you guys love seeing the things that we spend our money on every week. I'm gonna let Jamar go first this week, just because I know at least one of his purchases, and it's pretty exciting.
I feel like you know both of them. We always talk anyways, like outside the show. So my first one is
you're ruining the illusion that we don't like show each other things as we buy them and order them. Like the fact that you sent all the links to the things that you were going to buy so you wouldn't lose them.
Well, this one is up first for show and tell is more of an update. If you remember last week it was last week's episode where I was a little
week before one of them. I can't remember.
Yeah, it all blurs together, but it was one of my, I guess, first personal experiences ordering from Big Bad Toy Store, and I was really annoyed that something was taking a very long time just to ship. It was like 4 days, and then after it shipped, actually, I got it really quick. So, anyways, I probably have the most adorable thing on this planet Earth, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up really well because my light is kind of...
You might have to turn your light off or block it.
Let's do this. We'll lower it down.
Ooh,
am I too dark now?
Fancy.
Yeah, so this is Midoriya. Comes with 3 faces, 3 swappable faces. He has this cool little tray here arm thingy, whatnot. But yeah, this thing is so awesome, and I have an Ellie pre-ordered on its way whenever it says, I think December 2020. So I'm really, really excited. But it's so adorable. He's crying because that's what he does a lot in the show. I absolutely love that. And then this morning, although I was met with a bunch of disappointment, I did get one thing. So it's not a turtle, but it's a turtle's best friend. I got Casey Jones, an animated 2-pack series with the foot soldier who is spliced in half. Sorta. Yeah, sliced, whatever. But it's really cool too because like the red wire is actually super sturdy. So it's like,
I was, like that looks like it's not
shocked.
like coming undone at all.
I was honestly really shocked when I opened it. I thought it was gonna fall out of the packaging.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like all floppy, like a...
Yeah, but like it's holding just from there. So I'm gonna have him laying down begging, like, please don't finish me off. And then Casey's standing there with that hammer. Fun fact though, if you look at the packaging, he has a shoulder pad on his left shoulder. It's missing on the actual figure. It shows it in like the animated cartoon drawing, but then also the art of the figure, like the actual figure on the back, he's missing that. So I don't know if that's just something weird or that was one of those things that were like, hey, we can't do this with you know, a few thousand toys. I would say 1 million, but they're not making that many. We all know that's the case.
That'd be way easier to find if that was the case.
I'm gonna bring my light back on so you can see my beautiful face. So that was it for my show and tell this week. Sadly, nothing really exciting to show you.
I mean, the Casey tube that's
Yeah,
pretty exciting. I am
was
curious.
hoping
'Cause
to have
I've never
Roxanne
noticed that
Turtles.
in any of the pictures like that people have taken who've gotten them
Oh yeah,
of the shoulder pad or not. Like, so I'm not sure.
here we
Is there
go.
like a missing spot on him, or is it just not like?
Could you
Yeah, I see
see?
it there
Yeah,
on
you see it.
the left shoulder.
And what's weird is on the figure itself. There's no way you would see this on the camera, but on the figure itself, it's like notches on his chest
Hmm.
area that looks like it was something to push in so it'll hold. And then even on his back, on this shoulder, there's like a notch where it looks like something was supposed to like push into it. So I don't know. Yeah,
At
it's
that point,
really
I would
weird.
assume that maybe you just have a factory error on your hand because if there's
Hmm.
notches, that means they clearly intended it to be there.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I didn't really. I just kind of like started looking at it because I got it before work. But I'm curious to see other people's to see if they have that or not. I mean, cool factory error, but sucks because kind of want that shoulder pad on there. It looks cool. I'm just pulling it out. And I'm like, oh, where is it at in the box? I don't see it. I'm looking everywhere. Oh, it doesn't have it. Cool. But yeah, that's it.
Well,
Interesting.
I mean, I guess there's worse things that could be
Yeah, I could have one in the
defective.
mail for you, right? But
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
unfortunately, 5 a.m. messages get me nowhere, and other friends who are hunting snake them out from under me. So I guess I'm just SOL. Well, I guess it's
First,
my
yeah.
turn. So
Yeah, what did you get
let
this
me
week?
let me move some boxes here so I
Oh
can get
boy.
to what I want to show first. So this actually came last Friday. So it was right after we recorded. I got the Major Wrestling Figure podcast um, done by Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. Made little action figure T-shirts and championship belts that you could order. They were super limited. There was only 500 of each set. There goes
Oh boy.
him. So as of right now, I only have one of their actual action figures from when they were in WWE because the other one is hard to get and right now crazy expensive and not worth it. But here is his shirt. Has the Major Wrestling Figure podcast logo on it. Just Velcros in the back, which is nice. It feels like a legit one that would come with the Mattel Elite figures. But then I do have I took my Kurt Hawkins figure and actually turned it into a Brian Myers figure, and he is wearing both his Scratch That Figure It shirt and the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Championship belt. So
Pretty cool.
he's pretty awesome. I did go and like completely body swap him. I put different hair on him and put him on a body that has like jeans instead of having his wrestling tights. So a lot of work went into that one. And it definitely completes it having that shirt. So this morning after I woke up to you and Cody's texts. I decided to go to Target just for why not, right? Like
Yeah.
it's worth a try. I knew they weren't going to have the 4-pack. That was obvious.
Really?
Um,
Because I went on your notion of probably have it
okay,
in the
so let me
market.
get this. Let me explain this. So I had low expectations of it being there,
Yeah.
but still believed it. And then this morning when I saw zero like in
Yeah.
hand images, I was like, okay, they're not going to have it. It's not just
Yeah.
some targets have it, some don't. It's a no targets have it situation. But I still asked the nice young gentleman who worked in the electronics if he could go check for me. And I must say, not all heroes wear capes because despite the fact that you failed me, I did not.
Oh, I can't believe you made me feel bad. Fuck you.
And I want to say I feel bad and I'm sorry, but mine does have the shoulder pad. So yours is a
You
factory error.
motherfucker.
I almost slipped up and spilled the beans early when you
I know,
pointed
'cause
out
you're
the
like,
shoulder pad thing. So
yeah.
and when you were talking about like, oh yeah, the red wire, I'm like, oh yeah, I was super impressed by that. I'm like, no, I wasn't. But so here's the fun thing though. That wasn't all that he brought back to me. So there was another little doohickey that he
Oh my god.
brought me.
Seriously?
But see, here's the kicker, Jamar. I don't fail.
Shut the fuck up.
So they only had two, and I got one for me and one for you.
You're gonna make me cry,
Mine
dude.
is currently up on the shelf, hidden. I was curious to see if you paid attention to my backdrop at all.
It's
Got
kind of hard to see. Is that
him
Rocksteady
cleaning
and
up
Bebop?
right here, Rocksteady and Bebop.
Yeah, I see it now.
And then yours is still minty fresh in the box, ready to be shipped to you.
Oh, amazing, dude. Amazing. I normally don't cry on podcasts, so you know.
Well, I
This
know
is
what my new
audio
goal
only.
is.
Oh god.
But
Oh
yes,
man.
since we do an audio version of the podcast now,
Yeah.
essentially what I just revealed is I found the NECA metalhead.
Yeah, we should probably be a little bit more descriptive.
Yeah, instead of just being vague, like, look at this thing in my hand. Granted, I haven't checked to see if anyone actually listens to it, but hey, who knows? But yes, so those are my 3 weekly purchases. It took every fiber of my being to hide that from you all day.
I will let you know, dude. I was depressed. I'm not even joking. So honestly, like I really do appreciate it that you found that, because I thought in my heart of hearts when I found the Casey Jones 2-pack that I was like, oh, for sure, I'm getting Metalhead, and I'm like, I'm gonna get 2. Like I was excited about it, and I went to 4 Targets, and that's all I walked away with. So
yeah, at that point, after 4 of them, and one of them just had the Casey Jones, I have to assume someone snagged Metalhead. Likelihood of him just randomly not being there, but Casey is, even though they were releasing the same day.
Yeah.
But yes, so after 2 weeks of fighting with Target employees and them telling me I'm wrong, of all the information that we've gotten from NECA reps and NECA themselves and other random people who work at Target, that these do not show up in the inventory. They're a vendor item, but they are still in the back. So don't take no for an answer. Look at this guy. I said that to him. I showed him a picture of that someone posted on Twitter of what the shipper looks like that is in the back of Target.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll go check. And he went back. 10 minutes later, he walks out with one of each. I'm like, can I get a second metalhead for my buddy in Ohio? He's like, yeah. He goes and gets it and brings it out to me. And Jake, who is my cousin and also on Fanboy Fight Club with us, was there with me for the whole process because he decided randomly to go to Target in the morning, even though he doesn't collect turtles. And so he's staying next to me as we're waiting and we're just chatting and discussing the shit show that is Funko. Oh boy. And he's like, I'm gonna post in the group chat that you there was nothing there. I'm like, yes. And I'm like, and I'll play it off all day, make him sweat for 12 hours.
Literally all day. I was a grumpy ass person.
Oh, I know. I've had to deal with both you and Wes
all day at work.
I literally have 2 messages from each of you of just bitching about release after release, and announcement and tweet, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait to just be like, look at it.
Oh yeah, I'll get you your money like ASAP. Just either send me.
If you do it tonight, I can get it out in the mail tomorrow.
Oh well, of course I'll do it tonight.
It's like a plan.
Awesome.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this week's Modern Toy Fair news. Hopefully, whichever version, episode, category, whatever you want to call it, you're watching, you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, hit the little bell to get notifications when our videos go up. We have Modern Toy Fair news on Fridays and Modern Toy Fair reviews on Mondays. Jamar, please tell the lovely fans where they can find you and what's going on with you.
Absolutely. Well, you can find me on my podcast that I host called Why Are You a Gamer? The elevator pitch, why do we play video games? I find out each and every Monday a new episode goes live. I have a really, really great episode that you don't want to miss out on because I had a small cameo from ex-president Barack Obama. So if you're curious, definitely listen to the most recent episode. And on top of that, we're going to have a review, Why Are You review for Ghost of Tsushima. So if you're curious about my opinions on that, check it out. So you get 2 episodes for the price of 1, which is free.
And that's the best kind. That's
Can't beat that value.
buy none, get 2 free, people.
Right.
Like
But
that
for
is the wet dream of deals.
I know you like your deals, but for
Oh, I
anything
do.
else, just follow me at Jamar_games. And like I said in the intro, the underscore games is not my actual name, just so you know. It's just Jamar. Just to
Yes,
clarify.
in case you were confused and actually thought his Twitter/gaming handle was his actual name.
It's 2020, man.
There's the explanation for you. I also want to point out that ex-president sounds like we had a bad breakup.
Yeah, that's true. I should probably
I feel like
just say
former president may have been the
former
better way to
president.
phrase that
Former
one.
president. Former president.
The ex-president, like that's when you impeach the motherfucker. But yeah, so you can find both me and Jamar over at Media Junkie on the Fanboy Fight Club podcast, where essentially we take nerdy and pop culture shit and argue about it, and you get some points, and some people don't get points, and someone's the bitch of the week. We all argue because we're mad, and then we move on to the next episode. And then I am also on the Gimmick Minute Wrestling podcast at Media Junkie, where me, Jason, and Kevin essentially just shoot the shit for an hour and talk about everything wrestling that happened in the past week. If you want to support the channel and help us buy more turtles, go to tpublic.com. I realize that I've been telling everybody, hey, search Modern Toyfare and it'll bring up the logo and yada yada. I keep putting the link in the actual description of the episode, so just click that, save yourself the time, give it a look. There is a new shirt up, though. It is, I believe, until Sunday going to be on sale for $13. It is the Sad Face I Wasn't There Comic-Con 2020 shirt. Essentially, it looks like pipe it in with a fancy graphic now, but it looks like the Comic-Con logo, but it's a sad crying eye instead of a angry eye, and it says I wasn't there. So if you want something to sadly remind you that Comic-Con was canceled and yet also bring a little bit of joy because it's kind of funny looking, buy that. I've noticed a little uptick in sales, so I don't know if that's from you guys. If it is, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. But that's going to be it for this week. Hopefully we see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you, everybody.